Saving money alone will never make you rich. I know that sounds wrong. You've probably been told your whole life that saving is the key to financial security. But if you're saving money and still feel broke, there's a reason. And it's not because you're not saving enough. It's because saving money is only half of a strategy. And the other half, most people never learn it. Chapter 1, the advice we all heard. Let me guess what you've been told. Cut your spending, stop buying coffee, cancel subscriptions, cook at home, be frugal, save, save, save. And if you just save enough, one day you'll be financially free. This is the advice. This is what responsible people do. This is what your parents told you, what every financial guru on the internet repeats. And it sounds right, because saving money feels safe. It feels smart. It feels like you're doing something responsible with your life. You watch your savings account grow from $500 to $1,000 to $3,000. And you feel proud. You feel like you're finally getting ahead. But then years go by. You're still saving, still being careful, still cutting expenses. And somehow, you still don't feel rich. You still feel stuck. Here's why. Chapter 2, Why Saving Feels Right But Fails. Saving money feels good because it's visible progress. You can see the number go up. You can check your account and feel accomplished. You can tell yourself you're doing the right thing, and you are, sort of. Saving money is important. It's necessary. It's the foundation. But here's what nobody tells you. Saving money doesn't build wealth. It protects it. There's a difference. Saving is defense. Wealth is offense. And if you're only playing defense, you're never going to win the game. Because while you're sitting there feeling responsible about your $10,000 in savings, the cost of everything around you is going up. Rent goes up, groceries go up, gas goes up, insurance goes up, and your savings? Just sitting there. Same number, same amount, except it's not the same. Because what $10,000 could buy you 3 years ago and what it can buy you today are two completely different things. That's inflation. Over time, prices rise and your money's purchasing power quietly erodes every single year. You're saving money, but your money is slowly losing value in the real world. Saving is still good, but if that's all you do, that responsible feeling can actually trap you. Chapter 3, The Real Problem. Let's make this concrete. You save $10,000. You put it in a regular savings account. You feel good about it. Most people's basic bank savings accounts pay something like 0.1% to 0.5% interest. Even if you find around 1%, it's still low compared to how fast prices rise. So, after 1 year at 0.5%, you have $10,050. Cool, you made $50. But here's what actually happened. If inflation that year is about 3%, it means, on average, things cost roughly 3% more than last year. Your $10,050 now buys what roughly $9,800 could buy the year before. You gained $50 in interest, but you lost a couple $100 in purchasing power. Net result? In real terms, you got poorer, not because you spent money recklessly, not because you were irresponsible, because you left your money sitting still in a world that never stops moving. This is the part they don't teach you in school. Saving money is not the same as growing money, and if your money isn't growing faster than inflation over the long term, you're going backwards. Every few years, your savings can buy less and less. You can have $20,000 in the bank and still be losing wealth, because that $20,000 has less buying power than it did when you started. Now, here's the other problem: your income. Most people's salaries might go up 2% to 4% a year if they're lucky, but the cost of living can easily go up 3% to 5% a year over time. So, your salary is barely keeping pace with life getting more expensive. And your savings? If they're sitting in a low-interest account, earning almost nothing, they're falling behind even faster. This is why you can save for years and still feel broke, because you're running on a treadmill, and the treadmill is getting faster. Chapter 4. What actually builds wealth? So what's the answer? It's not to stop saving. Saving is still step 1. But step 2 is what changes everything. You have to make your money grow. Here's what actually builds wealth. 4 things that matter way more than just having cash sitting in a savings account. Number 1, investing. Your money needs to work for you, not just sit there and feel safe. That means investing in things like broad index funds, ETFs, your 401k at work if you're in the US, or a Roth IRA or brokerage account, places where your money can grow over decades. Historically, the US stock market, measured by the S&P 500, has returned around 10% per year on average over the long term, although individual years can be much higher or much lower. That's how your $10,000 can become around $26,000 in 10 years. Not by sitting in a 0.5% savings account, but by being invested and compounding over time. Is that return guaranteed? No. The market goes up and down. Some years it crashes. Some years it explodes up. But over 20 to 30 years, that long-term average has historically beaten both inflation and cash by a wide margin. Number 2, income growth. You can save all you want, but if you're only making $40,000 a year, your ceiling is low. Wealth comes from increasing your earning power, learning higher paying skills, switching jobs, negotiating raises, starting side income. Your salary is your wealth engine. Savings is just the gas tank. If you grow your income and keep your lifestyle in check, you have way more money available to invest. Number 3, ownership. Saving money means you have money. Owning assets means you have things that produce money. A rental property that generates income, a business, stocks that pay dividends, even owning a tiny piece of the entire market through an index fund. Wealthy people don't just save money, they buy things that make money. Number 4, compounding. This is the quiet superpower most people ignore. Compounding means your money makes money, and then that new money makes more money. For example, $500 a month invested for 30 years at an 8% average return can grow to around $745,000. The same $500 a month saved in a low-interest account for 30 years might only grow to around $180,000. Same effort, same discipline, completely different system, completely different outcome. Saving is the starting point, but investing in ownership is what actually builds wealth. Chapter 5. Simple example. Let me show you this in real life. 2 people, same income, same budget, same starting point. Person A saves $300 a month every month for 10 years. They put it in a savings account, earning about 1% interest. At the end of 10 years, they have around $37,700. They did everything right. They were disciplined. They saved consistently. Person B also saves $300 a month, same amount, same timeline, but they invested. They put it into a low-cost index fund that averages around 8% annual returns over the long term. At the end of 10 years, they have about $54,600. Same effort, same discipline, same monthly amount. But person B has roughly $17,000 more. And here's the kicker. If they both keep going for another 10 years, 20 years total, person A ends up with around $79,000. Person B ends up with roughly $177,000. The gap doesn't just grow, it explodes because compounding doesn't care about effort. It cares about time and growth rate. Person A worked just as hard, saved just as much, but the system they used kept them relatively broke compared to what they could have had. That's the difference between saving and building wealth. And yes, in real life, the market will go up and down. Some years negative, some years huge positive. But over decades, that's how these numbers become possible. Chapter 6, Practical Steps. Okay, so what do you actually do with this? Step 1, build your safety net first. Before you invest anything, build a small emergency buffer. Aim for a starter emergency fund of $1,000 to $2,000. Just cash, liquid, easily accessible. This is what keeps you from panicking when your car breaks down or you get a surprise bill. Long term, most experts suggest aiming for 3 to 6 months of essential expenses in an emergency fund. But don't wait until you hit that full number to start investing. Get the starter buffer in place, then move to step 2. Step 2, start investing, even if it's small. You don't need $10,000 to start. You don't need to understand every detail of the stock market. If you're in the US and your job offers a 401k with a match, that's often the first place to put money. It's basically free money from your employer. Then open a Roth IRA or brokerage account if you're eligible. A Roth IRA is powerful because your investments can grow tax-free for retirement. Put even $50 a month into a total market index fund or an S&P 500 fund and automate it. That's it. Simple, automated, done. Step 3. Increase your income. Saving $200 a month is great, but if you can increase your income by $500 a month and invest the difference, you just doubled or tripled your wealth building speed. Ask for a raise. Learn a skill that pays more. Start a side hustle. Switch jobs if you're underpaid. Your income is the fuel. Don't ignore it. Step 4. Let time do the work. Don't check your investments every day. Don't panic every time the market dips. Don't try to perfectly time the market. Some years, your investments will be down. That's normal. Historically, there have been crashes, recessions, and bear markets, and the market has still grown. Over the long term, your job is simple. Keep putting money in, month after month, year after year. Compounding works in decades, not days. Step 5, increase your contributions every year. When you get a raise, don't just inflate your lifestyle. Inflate your investments. Make $200 more a month. Commit $100 of it to your investments. Your lifestyle stays almost the same. Your wealth grows way faster. This is how totally normal people, not lottery winners, not celebrities, retire with 7 figures. And if you're watching this from outside the US, the exact accounts and tax rules will be different. But the principle is the same everywhere. Cash protects. Ownership and compounding build wealth over time. Conclusion. Saving money is not a bad thing. It's just not enough. You can be the most disciplined saver in the world and still end up financially stuck. Because saving alone doesn't reliably beat inflation. It doesn't beat rising costs. It doesn't build real wealth. It preserves what you have. But it doesn't grow it. And in a world where prices never stop rising, if you're not growing, you're slowly falling behind. Wealthy people don't just save. They invest. They own things. They make their money work for them while they sleep. And the best part? You don't need to be rich to start. You just need to start. $50 a month invested is better than $200 sitting in a debt account. Time matters more than the amount. So here's what I want you to do. Comment below and tell me, what's one investing move you're making this month? Even if it's just opening your first account? Even if it's $25? Just commit to something. And if you want more real, honest money content that actually helps you build wealth, not just feel good about being frugal, hit subscribe. I'm here with the stuff they should have taught you in school but didn't. Saving money is the first step, but investing, ownership, and compounding, that's how you actually win.